Mark Bright, really, because he's been taking up a reasonable position in there, but
that's right. Yeah. It seems O'Reilly, funny enough, seems to be dealing at this moment in time anyway with Barnes better than he was with Ian Rush. And of course, Liverpool now don't have the same threat down the left-hand side when Barnes has gone from there.
Here is Barnes in his new role, and there is O'Reilly at his back, forcing him to play it to Hansen. Burrows, who was well forward there. Thomas, a bit tight maybe for Barber. So we're in time added on for stoppages at the end of the first half in this first FA Cup semi-final of the day. Supporters who thought that Mark Bright might find a way through. The gate was shut in his face there. So the first half draws to a close with Liverpool, the holders and favourites, leading in this FA Cup semi-final. A goal scored on 15 minutes by Ian Rush, which puts Kenny Dalglish in good heart, although Rush's injury soon afterwards meant a substitution. But the man who made the goal with a precise pass from midfield was Steve McMahon, and it's that moment really which separates the two teams, and that alone at half-time, as in this bright sunshine they go back to their dressing rooms with the score: Liverpool 1, Crystal Palace 0. The half-time interval did give us both a chance to look at the goal again, didn't it, Terry? And any suggestion of offside was certainly wiped out when we saw it from that angle, because Rush timed his run perfectly, didn't he?
No question at all. Thorne, who liked to have been a little bit deeper and be behind his other two central defenders, was caught on his feet there flat, and I think that McMahon was able to play it past him. Rush made a good diagonal ball run behind him, and I think that O'Reilly just got caught flat also, and I think he just tried to appeal for offside really at the last second.
And while you've been talking, we've seen that Barry Venison is on at right back in place of Gary Gillespie, so Liverpool have now used both their substitutes at this comparatively early stage. Palace haven't used either of theirs yet, and we'll check on that too as they come out, but Rudy Hedman there is one of them, and the injuries that Liverpool have picked up have obviously meant reorganisation and an opportunity earlier, I suppose, than either Benison or Staunton expected, Terry.
I think you're right. I mean, he has played in every round. It looks like he's going to continue that run.
Barry Venison, who actually came on as a substitute, I recall, in the final itself against Everton. There's Ian Rush back changed. Disappointing end to the day for him, but his goal may still prove priceless. We shall see.
We mentioned Alan Hansen there at half-time. Ray Wilkins was speaking about him. His passing is exceptional, there's no doubt about it. But he's so patient, he's almost waiting and waiting for the right moment of delivery. The delivery of the ball is so important. And on the other hand, I think that Thorne also has been a big influence as far as Crystal Palace has been concerned.
Well, let's see what Palace can do about it now in the second half as they attack the Holt end here at Villa Park. John Pemberton, a lovely run early on, and a chance for Barber, and Venison, and it's a shot, and it's there by Bright. It's Mark Bright, straight from the kick-off. After John Solako's shot didn't quite get there, Bright certainly did, and Palace are level. What a dramatic start to the second half, and Liverpool are stunned. Well, it was John Pemberton here who takes so much credit. It was an inspired run. The cross met first of all by Venison, then Solako off target, but Mark Bright deflected into the unguarded goal. Well, what a start to the second half for Crystal Palace. They are level and Steve Coppell is back in business. When the play dies down, Terry, I'll get your reaction, but the way Palace have started the half, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen next. Here's Beardsley.
Well, I think the start of the second half was just an explosion. Pemberton got incredible pace from nowhere, burst by two players, and there was two other chances there before Bright actually smashed it home. I mean, we've got a terrific game around now.
Well, John Pemberton, whose job today really was to mark John Barnes before the Liverpool switch, has suddenly become a thorn in Liverpool's side in an attacking sense, because that was, without question, the sort of run that can turn a match, and it's put this one back right on the boil. I don't know what was said to the Palace players in the dressing room by Steve Coppell and Ian Bradfoot and Alan Smith, the management team, but whatever it was, they came out with renewed zest, and they've got an early reward. Salako. This is Staunton. Burrows. That left-hand side of Liverpool was really stretched by that run. Here's McMahon. Whelan. Burrows. And Hussein. To Barry Venison, whose first duty when he came on was really to try and stop that Palace attack. He was close to Barber on the cross. That fell for Salako in the end. And that's a foul by Venison on Barber. Quite a stiff challenge in actual fact. It gives Terry Venables a chance to reflect on the way this semi-final has turned.
Well, it really has exploded, and I think that we've got 40-odd minutes ahead of us. I think that we're going to be terrific. Pemberton, I mean, I didn't know where he came from. And the pace he showed was fantastic, John, wasn't it?
Yes, he just seemed to make up his mind to make that run right from the kick-off, and Liverpool just seemed to be caught out by it, didn't they, on that flank?
That's right.
He's a great lad off the pitch, John Pemberton. He's had, as many of Steve Coppell's players have, experience in the lower divisions at the places like Rochdale and Crewe. Being part of this occasion means so much to him. And he seemed to just suddenly make up his mind. He wanted to leave his impression on the semi-final.
Well, they certainly haven't shown any nerves. They look like they're loving every minute at the moment.
Bright jumping again. And there's Barber. And there's Andy Gray. And nearly Pardew, but Staunton was there.
Moment, as I said earlier, I think O'Reilly's dealing better with Barnes than he was with Rush. Barnes wants it to beat all the time, and he's quite happy there. But Rush obviously wanted to get behind him and constantly make diagonal runs and threaten the back of him.
Andy Gray has got a low flash point actually at times, and he got involved there with a couple of Liverpool players, and George Courtney having to administer his first serious lecture of this semi-final. He's a volatile character, Andy Gray, but he's very talented. And Jeff Thomas, the captain, may have to go forward and just also receive a warning word on behalf of his team, because George Courtney is determined to keep this under the calm control that he had in the first half. We've been playing 5 minutes in the second, and it's Liverpool 1, Crystal Palace 1. And if you were making a cup of tea and taking rather a long time over it, I suppose you could conceivably have missed the goal before you got back in front of the television.
Well, Liverpool were just caught completely cold, weren't they? I think they were still having a cup of tea in front of the television.